Okay, we're gonna try this once again. Let me get my little laptop set up so I can monitor the chat, or try to monitor the chat. And once again, I was playing with my SDR Play SDR, and I was getting all kinds of stations. It was about 10 minutes ago, and now they're gone. On this frequency, 13.685, I was getting a station from France. And here it is, 1:06 p.m. here in Clearwater, Florida. So we're still setting up, and hopefully the band will come back, because I was really excited there for a few seconds. And you never know about shortwave. It's there, and it's gone. It's gone, and it's back. Never know. So I'm going to go ahead and try to tune the bands and see what I can get on shortwave, even though what I was getting 10-15 minutes ago seems to have gone away. Okay, let me try the chat and see if that's working. I need to turn a light on. It's a little too dark in here. And we have 4 people watching. I appreciate you stopping by. Again, I didn't really plan this. It was just that I was on the radio on shortwave, and a lot of stations were coming in, so I wanted to share that live. And they've gone away. Let me see if anything's left. I've saved a bunch of them up here. I'm running SDR console version 3 using my SDR Play 1 SDR with the RTL-SDR.com medium wave filter and my G5RV antenna. That's my setup. And right there I did have Radio France, but it's gone. Now let's see. It may have gone off because we just passed an hour. I was listening to it just before the hour, so that may be what took place. I don't know how it is where you're at, but I'm here in Clearwater, Florida, and it's turned into a heat wave. And I actually today had to turn my air conditioning on. Not that it was that hot, it was 80 degrees, but it had been so cold, relatively, here in Florida, that I wasn't used to that warm weather, so I had to turn the heat on. The air conditioning on. Anyway, let's see what's over here. There's a station there. It's weakened, and then there's that big noise right next to it. Okay, let me go back to the ones I had saved. They're up here. And I'll start at the bottom because that was the last one I entered. And it's gone. Radio France is gone. Again, maybe on the hour they stopped broadcasting. Let's go to Nashville. They're still there. Kind of down in the noise. What's this here? What is this? Spanish station. That's probably close by. There's another strong one right here on the edge. Oh, I know what that is. That is one I did save. Right here. That is, let me turn the audio off. That is the show called, or the station called Caribbean Beacon, and it's near me. It's south of Florida, I believe. and it usually comes in pretty good. Now again, the time is 1:10 p.m. Here, look at this thing going bombing through. There's another strong station right next to it. Let me turn that one on. Spanish. Oh, there's one out here. Let's try that one. That's unfortunately in music, so I have to stop it. That's the 12.050. That I don't recognize that. Let me use my laptop and see who's on. Brett Wayne is there. Brett's always supporting me. And Chris is there. Good afternoon. And let me go to short-wave on my little laptop here. I found that in the previous show like this where I was on live, that I could not run like STR Uno or maybe even this program and run Chrome and try to do things on Chrome. That was just too much for this little computer. So I'm staying away from Chrome on the computer that I'm broadcasting on. So let me see, I want to put in 12.05. 12.050. And the answer is, there is a station, and it's probably one of two stations. One is, let me see where the station, one is in the United States, very close to me. Let's see, it might be, let's see, let me click on it here. This is in near Birmingham, Alabama. And that station was, EWTN. EWTN, they're on here most of the time, and they're very strong. So I'm going to put that in my favorites, or my best, I call it. I'm going to say add, and then I'm going to put in the title, EWTN at 12.050, and I'm going to say save. That's one thing I like about Simon's program here, is this being able to save your favorites and to save memories. And so you can just come back, like I made this new folder, you can add folders. I made this new folder called My Best, and here's all the things that I've found and saved this afternoon. So that's one. Let me see if it's still playing music. Gone. They're kind of in there. The band is really coming and going today. All right, let's see now. We already did that real big one right here. We did this one. What's this one here? It's a little narrow one. Data. I think it's data. No, that's not too exciting. Okay, let's move up. Let's move down. Let's move down the band. I love using the SDR in these two displays, so you can actually physically, with your eyes, see if there's signals there or not. Like here's a weak signal right here. I think it's RTTY. Okay, let's go up. Or down. I said up. I keep saying up. There's a signal right there, pretty hefty. I just hear noise. Keep going down. Okay, I think this is WWV. Yeah.
I could make a deal.
No.
At least a month at a time.
It's a preacher man.
For just about, let me see, 7,000 a month for 12 extra hours.
I guess these are replays because I believe he's still in jail.
Going to north, south, east, and west, targeting almost all the world.
So this is probably out
So
of
I come to talk to you.
maybe Kentucky or
and to
Tennessee.
first talk to God.
It's very strong.
I've been seeking your will.
I'm going to add that one just for the heck of it, just for a reference.
In my troubled times. I got so
Let
many
me see what
restrictions.
station
One
that
of it
is.
the shortage of funds. Another is the freeness of spirit to take on this profound word. Again, you opened up a door for us to go back on transmitters, transmitting frequencies, 12 hours a day. And that cost is what I have felt I could offer them. And
That's WWCR. I might have that in there already. Let me abort this and look in there.
I need at least
Yeah.
$15,000 to do it.
It's a different frequency.
For at least another month or two.
I'm going to add
So
a new one.
I pray on the radio at this very
WWCR at
Is there someone that you can speak to?
9.980. Add. Okay, he's coming in clear today. So let's move down.
We're going to need shelter.
Maybe right there. Sounds Spanish. Kind of low. Hey, Christian from Montreal in Tree Hugger. Thanks for joining. I was planning on scanning the shortwave band because about a half hour ago it was really booming. I was getting all kinds of stations. The one that really got me excited was from France, but I believe it went off the air on the hour, so that's gone. So I'm looking now for other frequencies. If you have any frequencies you want me to try, just put it in the chat and I'll give it a try. Let's go down some more. Kind of jumping around here. Yeah, it's amazing. You get the camera all set up and recording all set up and the band goes dead. Let's try, ooh, there we go. That sounds like an amateur radio operator operating on AM and not single sideband, which they usually are. I don't even see his signal. There it is. Okay, it's there. It's there. Let me turn him back on and let you listen to him.
Hold on, man. Let me check here. Okay, I'm sure zero beat is 89.54, approximately 89.5.
If I could hear his call sign, I could look him up, see where he's at, or where he should be. Let me adjust this.
It does sound better. It does sound better. I'll tell you what, let me get back on frequency here. Because that was warm-up drift. Okay, just hold on that. Okay, that should be pretty close. That should be pretty close to 90 there, Chris.
Hey, two hands and a radio. Guy just stopped by. The band is really changing. I was hearing that guy pretty good. Now he's really dropped out. Let me go to the frequency that Chris suggested, which was 1176. Okay, do it the hard way. And let me turn. I can hear it barely. I'm getting some interference. There goes a wave. And then, of course, there's this big signal over here.
Became rusty in their minds, puffed up with pride. That knowledge became rusty in their minds, and that rust became poison.
And there's another one over here. Let's see, did I get that one before? Spanish. Spanish people arguing. Let's go a little higher. See what this is over here. Pretty strong.
Well, you know, but you said at the beginning, you said you got to treat people right. I mean, that's the answer. That's the answer how to handle it. I want to play another song right now. It's a good one, too.
Yeah, don't play a song. That's 12.160. I think I had that before. It sounds familiar. Yeah, right here. That's WCR out of Nashville, Tennessee. Okay, I had that one before. Let's move on up. Moving on up. See what we find. What's this guy right here? Well, it's the same one. Usually in the afternoon you get some strong stations above 10 megahertz. That's sounds like weather facts, which you can decode with a couple of different programs. Multi-PSK is one of them. That might be, I'm trying to think where that might be coming from. I don't think it's New Orleans. Let's go on up some more. That's pretty strong right there. Let me turn the audio back on. Nope. Just noise. Okay, to go back, what my setup is right now is, let me turn the audio down here, is my SDR Play 1 with a filter for the antenna of the RTL-SDR.com, a medium wave filter, and it's connected to my G5RV antenna. What's this little signal right here? Turn the audio back on. Nothing any good. Let's go back up. This is an interesting one right here. Some kind of data. Whoa. Oh, let me guess what this is. This is the amateur radio band, and it's a little bit busy this afternoon. Look at all those signals. Holy cow. Let me zoom in a little bit. I'll move it over. Yeah, this is the lower part of the 40-meter band, I believe, which there's normally data. Yeah, lots of data. Let me zoom in some more. Move this over. Look at all those signals. The amateur radio operators are busy today, probably because the band is good, or better than it's been. Let me see if we can get any audio, which will be up here further. Maybe up in here someplace, maybe. And let's go to upper side. There's more data. Upper sideband. So this is all data in here. Be it RTTY, various data modes. This is all data. Packet radio. So we have to go up past there to get audio, which would be up in here someplace. Maybe this one here. Yeah.
Very big antenna. But
there we go.
Two elements is doing a good job. And, mira, ahora, usted y yo hablar no problema en la noche en su casa, okay?
Okay, Chris mentions that there was an RTTY contest yesterday, and maybe it's expanded into today, and that might be what all this is here. Although I'm sure it's various modes. And let's see. Two Hands said try 12750. Okay, we'll do that. 12750, and we'll go back to AM. And yes, there's definitely something there. Ah, weather facts. Loud and clear. And he says that's out of Boston. That's pretty good signal, because I have not been able to get weather facts out of Boston or New Orleans for quite some time. The one thing I've got to figure out how to do, and it's just one of those things I got to do, is learn how to use that virtual cable audio controller, or whatever it's called, VAC, because I can't figure a way to pipe this signal from SDR console over to some of the decoding software. It only, when I go to the decoding software, it's only recognizing my microphone, which of course that ain't gonna work because there's too much ambient noise. So I got to figure out how to do that. Any suggestions will be welcomed. Or if there's a good YouTube video on doing it, let me know. Okay. So signals are doing pretty good. Normally this time of day on a ham band, 40 meters pretty good. Let me see if I can get WWV on 15 meters. So I got these set up. WWV, and let's try 15. There's a signal there. Let's see. Nope. Let's try Canada. No. What's this right here? No. Just noise or data. Okay, let's try the Marine, HF Marine band. Let's try 8.5. No, not much there. Seems like I should be looking, let me turn that volume down. I should be looking above 10 megahertz. So let's see if I have a Marine. I got a Marine at 12.8. Yeah, nothing there. And a Marine at 16.8. Might be something there. A little off frequency for some reason. No. The bands are really iffy this afternoon. They're in there for a while and then they're gone. Like I say, what prompted me to start this is I was getting a good signal from France. But I think it went off the air because right at the hour it disappeared, and I think that's when it went off the air. See, what time is it in France? It's probably about 5:30 maybe p.m. in France. I don't know why they go off the air then, but all right, let's go back to see what I had gotten before, which was, here's the Radio France I got before. It's gone. Let me reset that. There we go. Oh, here comes a little Traveler man going through. Not much right there. I'm really amazed at this SDR play. This is the one which they closed out. I don't know if they have any of them left, and it closed out, I think, for like $110. And then the other one I like, which is the $25 one, which is pretty good, but it's not as good as the SDR play, is the RTL-SDR.com dongle. I like that one too. Both of them work really well on HF as well as VHF and UHF. Now the other option I could try is my Grundig 750. And if you saw the show before this one, they have on Amazon the 750 on sale for $85 off. I don't know how long that sale's going to last, but pretty cool. Okay, I'm going to turn on my Grundig 750, and I think it's piped in through my mixer. So if I bring my mixer up, and let me get my laptop screen out of the way so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, I need to switch. I'm going to switch the antenna from the SDR to the 750. And then I'm going to turn this down. It's a little loud. So what you see on the screen now is my SDR with no antenna. And I'm on 9.570, which is, I believe, China radio, and there's nothing there, so we're going to tune up from there. If I find something, I'll take the frequency. Lots of noise. Okay, that's 9.690, Spanish station. Sounded like some sporting event. Now you know who that is.
Well, he did that thinking only would work. And they're like, oh, Mr. Guglielmo, you shouldn't have said that. You got to honor the president. Well,
that's the Preacher Man on 9.980. Now there's WWV on 10 megahertz. Pretty weak. So now I'm going to switch. Well, first I'm going to tune it. And then I'm going to turn the audio down from the radio and switch it over to the SDR and turn the audio back on. It's there, but it's pretty weak. I can hear the tone on the minute, but it's really weak. And we switch back to the Grundig. Much better. Not that great, but it's better. Okay, let me turn that off. That's the Grundig 750. And let me look at the chat room. I haven't looked in the chat room in a while here. Tree Haga says Scanners have been going nuts with the people slipping on ice, very dangerous outside with sheets of ice. Now, where is that, Tree? What part of the US is that. Because like I said before, it's like 82 degrees out here. Yeah, I mean outside here in Florida, which is quite a kind of warm for February in Florida. And as I mentioned earlier, I've had to turn the air conditioner on because I just wasn't used to that high a temperature, even though it wasn't that high. And plus there's a lot of humidity in the house from the heat and air conditioning being off. In PA. Okay, I can understand that. PA. Yeah, what we had a couple of weeks ago is was a lot of traffic on the scanner for people with health problems due to the cold weather. And of course, in my area, which is Clearwater, Florida, there's a bunch of us old folks here, and we don't tolerate cold weather very much. And the other thing is there's an epidemic of flu in Florida. And they even had to shut down one school because there were so many kids that had gotten sick that they shut it down for a couple of days to kind of let the flu virus die down, so to speak. So W5MRM reported that the RTTL amateur contest, that we saw that big band of data in the 40-meter band, is still going on. That's why it's still extremely active. I can go back there real quick and show you. Let's go back to amateur 40 meters. And I got to put the antenna back over there. We're not going to get anything. And let me readjust this. And we will... oh, it's kind of quiet now. What did I do? Oh, I'm on lower sideband. I think I probably should be on upper sideband. No? About the same. So, again, once again, we had all those signals before, and now they've died off. From the standpoint of reception, they're still out there, but they've died off from the standpoint of reception. Now, one thing that might have happened, that happened to me before, is that I got out of sync on the SDR console program, and I'm not really looking at 40 meters. I don't think that's the case. So let me go back to one of my other frequencies that's really strong, was really strong, which is right here. And it's still very strong. So 40 meters all of a sudden went dead on me. I don't know why. Yeah, tree hugger, that when it gets cold weather and it's raining, so it's not snow, it's, you know, kind of in between, boy, that's the worst time if you're out driving or even walking around. Okay, let me fix this. Let me adjust this low. And it notices this has changed considerably. Let me just to be sure, I'm going to exit this. And I'm going to restart it. Just to be sure. No, it's the same. No, the reason I was doing that is because when I tried to do streaming using the OBS software for streaming and tried to run SDR Uno, I ran out of CPU power, and consequently SDR Uno was getting out of sync with the frequencies I was choosing and not really tuning the radio to this frequency. Now, I've not had that problem with SDR console, as long as I don't go to Chrome. So I think this is good. You can go back to 40 meters. We go to favorites, amateur, 40 meters, and we'll readjust this. And it's pretty quiet. You can change the zoom, zoom back out. Whoops, out I meant. And oh, here they are over here. This was when I was choosing this favorite here under amateur radio for 40 meters. It was going up in the kind of the middle of the band. So here down in the lower band is all that activity we saw before. I don't know why the noise floor is jumping around it, but yeah, here's all the activity down at the beginning of the 40 meter band. Actually, that's down below it. And there's some more stuff up here. So, unfortunately, the good reception I was getting about an hour ago has since gone away, which is typical of shortwave. It's there and it's not there. So I think I'll shut this down since there's not much exciting that I can capture right now. Thanks everybody who came by and watched my show live. And we're going to call it a day. I think I'm going to go turn the air condition back on because it's getting warm up here. Let me just take a glance at the temperature. Oh yeah, it's 82 degrees here in my office upstairs. And I'll check the chat room one more time and then we'll shut it down. Okay, W5MRM says there's a number station on 11635. Okay, let me try 11635. And we'll go to AM and we'll turn the audio on. Don't hear anything. Okay, for the gentleman in Tucson, the orientation of my G5 RV, which is oriented only way I could do it, the center of it is on the peak of my second story roof, and it slopes down, and that's about 20 feet, and it slopes down in a northeast direction, and the other leg is southwest. So that's the direction, and it's dictated by whatever I could set it up. And it's fully extended, and I have other HF antennas, but they're all coming in to my workshop downstairs, and they're oriented in various orientations, but not as high as that G5 RV. So that's what the G5 RV is doing, and I think we're going to call it quits. Let me adjust this for 1 second. There's some signals coming in there now, up there at 11 megahertz and higher. So that's the thing, you know, shortwave, sometimes it's there, sometimes it's gone, and right now we're struggling with the solar activity being at a minimum. I think it's going to be there for several more months. So it's only when band conditions change temporarily that you're going to get much shortwave activity long distance. Like I said, an hour ago, I had a station from France booming in. It's gone. I think it might have gone off the air. Just check this station here and then we'll call it quits. 11.765. Is that the France station I had before? Nope. Here it is right here. So let me look that up before I go off. 11.765. Yes, that's Radio France. That's what I had before, but it was on a different frequency. Let me save that before I lose it. Add Radio France, R France on 11.765. We're going to save that in my best. Whoops, don't save it. I haven't selected my best. Save. Now, let me turn the audio back on. Pretty strong. Now let me change back to the frequency I had before I started the show, which was right here. Not there. So they're on a different frequency now. Let's go back. There it is. Not too bad a signal. So you just never know about shortwave, what's going to happen. Anyway, I want to thank everybody that tuned in live. And okay, I'm going to check the chat room just before I go off the air. Okay, I'm going to give you a brief explanation to Thy Human of what I'm doing here. I've got what's called a software-defined radio, which is a box. It's just a box with a circuit card in it, and all the tuning and everything is done with a software package, of which there are many, and there are many SDR hardware boxes. The simplest one is a USB dongle that plugs in your computer, and then you use this is one of the packages. This is called SDR console. There's many other ones, and you use that to control the radio instead of having the conventional radio with knobs and dials and stuff like that. And by having the software do it, the software can present to you right here in the form of a spectrum display, and then down here is what's called a waterfall of what the receiver is receiving over a broad band. I think this is 2 megahertz, I think, what I'm showing you here. So what I'm showing you is 10.4 megahertz to 13 megahertz. So these are all the signals that are being broadcast right now in that band, and I can pick out one of those, which I have right here. I picked out the frequency of 11.765. That's a very short definition of what you're seeing. You can buy these SDR dongles for as cheap as $10. They won't work as well, or for a pretty good one, the RTL-SDR.com dongle, which is in my Amazon store, is $25, and it does an excellent job. And you can go up to as high as $500. So if you go back to my previous shows, you'll see the hardware. You'll see an explanation of what I'm doing, the various programs I use. Go back and check those out. I hope that helps. Yeah, two hands in a radio, that's a good explanation of what it is. It's kind of like a fish finder, except you're looking for radio signals. And it can be on the shortwave band, it can be on the very high frequency band, it could be on the ultra high frequency band, it could be on the FM band, it could be on the medium wave band. They cover a wide range of frequencies depending on the SDR itself, the hardware. That's it. Thanks for watching and have a great day. And don't slip on the ice. Bye-bye.